Well, hello there, Stacey Murphy here, and you are invited to delve into the nature of reality with me. If you've ever wondered how malleable this physical reality is, you're in the right place. This is a place where we are looking at potentials and possibilities. If you understand the quantum physics principles that we are primarily space and that through the quantum field, we are collapsing potentials and possibilities into physical reality. That physical reality is the end point, not the start point, and that we are able to massage physical reality with our mind. You're in the right place. So I'm starting a psychokinesis lab here in San Diego, and you are invited. What this is going to look like, we're going to meet weekly. I'm going to do a poll to get this started. We're going to look at one day a week. We're going to take a look at maybe Sunday nights and Wednesday nights, see which one people like the best. We might move around depending on who's available when. And the goal here is to have fun. This is really a playground to see what's possible. And some of the things that I have experienced and I'm going to share with this group, the most obvious starting point is, have you bent a spoon or a fork? And usually it's not what you think it is. Usually it happens in the most magical way, and when it happens, you're like, oh, that's not quite what I thought that was. And it opens a Pandora's box of questions about the nature of reality in this physical space and our relationship to it. So we'll be doing some spoon bending and fork bending and knife bending, whatever you want to bend, as a beginning point. You can bring experiments that you want to play with. You might have been seeing people on Instagram sticking pennies to walls. It's much easier than you think, and having them stick there for long periods of time. I've seen pennies stick to walls for several days at a time. We're going to play with levitating pots, magnetized pots, spinning pots. We can practice using our mind to turn them in different directions or stop them altogether. And then, of course, we can move on. Those are all just kind of circus tricks. Really what's going on is that these are all side effects of your spirituality, your connection to your source energy. And so as we play, you'll have more questions. That's why it's called a laboratory. So we're going to be running experiments, and you get to be a part of what those experiments are. I've personally run some CE5s indoors, which is very interesting. If you're not familiar with CE5s, it's people usually do them outdoors when they are connecting to extraterrestrial spacecrafts and asking for some kind of communication between you and a spacecraft. You can do these indoors, and the results are quite interesting. I'll just say that, and we can talk more about that in person, and we can talk about all the different things that you might be interested in, things like levitation, teleportation, walking through walls. So we're gonna run experiments and just have some fun and play, and that's really what it's all about. This is not about really making it happen and forcing it, like I have to walk through that wall or I have to teleport. That's not what this is about. This is about experimentation, because what you're going to notice is that in the experimentation, you're going to notice more things are possible than you realized, and the malleability of this world is so wonderful to play with. And we're going to be playing with the idea of quantum coherence, getting into a coherent state with all that is. We're going to play with the idea of focusing on the intention of what we want and why we want it, the meaning behind it, as a way to have these amazing experiences. All right, so that is what it's all about. I invite you to join. If nothing else, you're going to be learning how to fall into a quantum coherent state where you're connected to everything, the feeling of unity, and you might be surprised what's possible from that state. So I invite you to join, and I will see you here. All right, take care.